Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. This is All Rounder. It's episode number 32. And in this one, we enter our second career World Tour race. Today, I have the role of Barrador, so we're going to take this one right from the start to the end. They want me in the break. It's a good day for me to be in the break. It's a good day for me to compete in this race. I feel like I could do more if I stayed in the pack, but my assignment is my assignment, and we'll make the best of it. I have a +5 race day condition here in the pouring rain at Ghent-Wevelgem. Alright, so, first thing, in the past, I've managed to figure out how to get into breakaways after early on in this series. I fought and occasionally made it into the breaks, but not very often. These days, when I want to be in a break, I've got a pretty good success rate at it. And a good 75-80% of the time, I'm able to get myself into the break. So, here's how I do it. There's really two tactics that are successful, is what I've found. So, first things first, having sneak really helps if you want to get into breakaways, because unless you are literally starting right from the front, starting in the middle of the pack really hurts your chances, because you can almost always get to the front and get into a break if you have sneak working. So we're going to use that. You can already see the field is trying. There's already attempts. I'm joining the party a little bit late, but luckily nobody has successfully gotten away at the moment, and I'm going to go ahead and take off now. But you can see there's quite a few riders all trying to go at the same time, so this does not look like it's successful at the moment, though there are 10 of us, and we actually have opened up a gap. So there's 10 of us chasing these front two, and no, see, we're back. Okay, so back into the peloton. Now, first tactic is be the first one away. That's it. Be the first one down the road before anybody else has a chance to accelerate, because there was 12 of us. I was one of those 12. Now you would think that should help you. That should give you an advantage. In a way it does, and in a larger way it doesn't, because 12 riders away is a threat. One rider away is not a threat. So if you are able to accelerate before anybody else gets a chance, you've got a really good shot that they're not going to accelerate at all. They're going to ride at pace, and then you're suddenly 40 seconds down the road. And then that battle for the other 11 spots, or 3 spots, or 6 spots can take place behind you. Sort itself out, and they can catch up to you and form the break. But getting that 40 seconds down the road makes a massive difference. That's the easiest way. Be the first one down the road. Just get out there immediately. I didn't. They were already battling it out, and you could see that that's now failed. Here's tactic number 2. Definitely do not stay on relay. We're going to sit back. We need to recover that red bar. These guys, they're going. Let's hope this is not the break. And at the moment, nobody is chasing that down. Let's hope as additional riders try. Here I'm going to see the acceleration. Yeah, there it is. So when it was 4 riders, nobody cared. 5th rider, nobody cared. 6th and 7th rider were starting to go. And all of a sudden, 6 riders decided, no, we're not going to let this happen. So we're going to sit up. Oh, come on. Now here they go again. This is the kind of stage that you're not going to get away on, because now they're not chasing. And we've got 5 riders away, and they've opened up that distance they need. If I'm going to try right now, it's probably going to fail. That's my assumption, is this is not going to succeed. There's 9 of us in total. It's 40 seconds. This actually might work. This is going to be a bad example from how it normally goes. It's out to 50 seconds. It's working. Alright, well, this is uncommon. Here's how it normally ends up working out. You get into these scenarios where you get riders trying, and large groups, 3 more riders, 2 more riders, 4 more riders trying to attack off the front again and again. When that happens, the field responds. They chase it down. That's where it fails, right? That's where the groups get caught. What I've discovered is you've got to time it just right as the groups get reeled in. So field responds, they're going to chase down the back 3-4 riders, right? The group that I joined essentially normally would be caught. You stay near the front.
The pack's deficit is being cut back.
Stay on conserve. Keep that red bar ready to go. Have at least a decent amount of yellow bar ready to go. And then the moment the field catches them, that's when the new attack starts. Oh no, there goes that stupid glitch. Okay, we're okay. They recovered, they joined us. We're out to 1:40 and starting to sit up. Those 4 guys at the front sat still. That's not good. Right, well, I've made it into the break. Little action at the back there. Might not be over yet. I haven't quite eclipsed that 2-minute mark. Anyway, the timing has everything to do with the catch, and you've got to see what's going on with the catch as the catch is happening. If you see 2 or 3 riders out of the corner of your vision on that other side of the road, off the relay line, accelerating hard, that's not the time to go. That large response is going to get a large response from the relay riders. You wait. Let the relay riders chase those guys down. And then the next attack comes. And that relay accelerates and chases it down. You let that go. And then it goes the 3rd time. By now, the relay riders are running out of energy because they're chasing each of these attacks down. That's when you go. Hit them when they're tired. Hit them when the riders that are trying to join the break have run out of energy. Then you go. And then all of a sudden you're solo or 1 other guy with you. And now it's just a couple riders and nobody's got the energy to chase. And that's when you get away. And the 2 of you go join the 2 at the front and you have a 4-man breakaway. That sort of thing. So, the 9 of us are still away. 1 more rider did make it away, trying to make it a 10-man group. It looks like they are on the verge of bridging that gap, at least potentially, as we have 3.5 minutes now. Now, this is good for my objective for the day, right? Be in the breakaway, 170 kilometers, get my 10 points. I think I could have gotten a pretty decent result today with this race day condition. But now I'm going to spend most of the day in the break. I'm going to be low on stamina. That result is a little bit in jeopardy. But if these 10 riders could stay away, I love my chances of grabbing a win. Because I have the stamina, the resistance, even the cobble rating is tolerable today. There are a few cobbled sections, you got to be ready for that. There are a few hilly sections, got to be ready for that. But it's mostly going to come down to that sprint at the end. And those couple extra points, 71-70 with good, really good resistance. And I should be able to conserve energy better than the rest of the guys in this pack for 2 reasons. 1, stamina's plus 10. It's a 250 kilometer stage, so I need that today. But also, my flat rating today is an 81. Put those together, if we survive as a group, I love my chances. If it comes down late, the catch, well, yeah, good luck to me there. If they catch us early, if they decide to come after us much earlier in this stage, I could rejoin the peloton and go for it from there and still have a chance anyway at a decent result. So I do like my chances of getting something out of today, but the first thing is we're going to have to go along for a while. I like that 9 out of the 10 are working anyway. Scoine's the only one not working. That's because he's got a teammate in the group. At least I think I saw. Nah, he's working now. All 10 are working. Gap is down to 2.5 minutes though, so they've pulled back a minute on us while we're at cruise speed. So they are trying to manage the gap at least a little bit. We've already gone through the first cobbled section and we're approaching the halfway mark in this stage. Let's get a turn there. And we're starting to accelerate. So as the field livens their pace, that brought us down to almost 2 minutes. We're going to have to step up our pace as well. It's putting us back into the mid 40s on the kilometers per hour. That'll burn through that energy a little bit faster, but it's still slow enough now that we're okay. I do worry about Scoines not participating much, as he's obviously a strong rider in this group. I mean, there's a good 4 of these guys. Wallace, Scoines, Silva especially I worry about. Gugard, a little bit. Okay, sudden acceleration on this hill. I'll counter that.
They really are moving.
Myself dropped.
I can't get strung out too far, or it's going to start breaking up.
Alright, we're definitely going to want to take it a little slower through here so nothing drastic suddenly happens. I find myself out of the group. Gap's holding at that 2.5 minutes, so after we accelerated and brought the gap back up a little bit, field's just keeping us steady. Short, steep climb here. That's definitely not all of the climbing sections to do, but if you kind of break it up, there's 1, 2, 3 sections there with a handful of climbs. We've got one more little punchy one here, this hill at the moment, but there's not much to this one, and that finishes off that first section of undulation. So 2 to go, and we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. 2.5 minute gap though is not that big. 10 riders though, that helps.
Looks like a
Really pick up the pace.
It's a shame, but he's not going.
Huge fall in the peloton. A good quarter of the peloton goes out the back on that fall. Yikes. In fact, bigger than that. Look at that, 47 riders disconnected from the peloton on that one.
1/3 of the race left to run. Now's not the time to give up watching. He's just pulled off his race number.
AG2R rider withdrawing. And an Ineos rider withdrawing. So 2 guys out on that one. Peloton still not fully back together. Only 100 chasing. We're into that second section now. Pace is good. 1 kilometer on this little climb. And hello, field. How you doing?
You've just got to hang on. This climb features
Wave at our friends as they go by. Alright, gap is now down to 2 minutes, so they are starting to chase us down.
Let's hope it doesn't jump
Now they're fall. Peloton's now at 56 riders. This is good for us. The smaller that group gets, the better our chances. Okay, we're seeing a big acceleration. This is also the biggest climb right now.
There are 2 schools of thought on riding cobbled.
And it's cobbled.
Some will try to stay in the middle, while others will take to the sides, practically on the grass. Oh my, the guys up front aren't going to be making too many friends today.
The reaction didn't look like it was cobbled though. We certainly got commentary on cobble, and it looked cobble, but nothing, there was no shakiness, no bumpy ride. Alright, last climb for this second section of climbs, and then we have the cobbled group, and then we've got the third section of climbs, which will also include
in the back. Let's hope that the rider isn't too upset.
a cobbled section. So another rider down. We've slowed up a bit, which is not a good thing. Peloton's back together, which is not a good thing. And the gap's down to 1.5 minutes, which is not a good thing. I am not too happy with where we're going at the moment. Hopefully we speed back up here in a moment. Another split in the field. There you go. Peloton down to 29:47. They are yo-yoing, but that's a good sign. If they're yo-yoing, that means there's a lot of fatigue. If there's fatigue, our chances are going up. Alright. Group of cobbled sections coming up. This is my weakness. That was short, but it was 5 stars. Didn't do much damage. It was only 400 meters. Ooh, Vanderpool with a puncture.
One of the motorcyclists.
Okay, here we go again.
Apparently, he didn't
Quick and
interfere
easy.
with the race.
And again.
Riders have to have their wits about them on this dangerous section. You never know what's
5 stars as well.
There's now more than a minute.
All 3 of those were 5 stars. Alright, we just met our objective, 100%.
Groenewegen has fallen.
Groenewegen's gone down. Peloton's down to 23 riders, but they're only 40 seconds behind us. That does not look good for our chances at all. And I'm also down to just a couple riders here. So I think the fatigue, we're starting to see, there goes Scoins. Slow this down a little bit. We are suddenly down to just a couple riders that are really contributing. As I think these guys are feeling it. Let's join this attack. I want to go with Scoins. I think he and I can ride away from these guys.
Counter attack by Alexis Goujard.
4 behind us. I like if we can get 6 riding harder. Doing a little bit better here, away from these guys. It makes more sense though if those 6 catch us than it does if the 2 of us ride solo just a few seconds out in front of them. Especially as fatigue starts to set in a little bit. We're into the 3rd group of climbs, which is the same group of climbs. This is where we waved to everyone. On the side where you received the wave. As we go through town once again. Okay, we're up to 7. Up to 7, but it's again back to just 2 riders willing to ride. That's not a good thing. There is where we waved to everyone, where I was moments ago. And the field is definitely not what it was before.
10%.
But I've got some fatigue setting in, and gap has opened. The Peloton is 1:48 behind. So we pulled out a minute on them in this little attack, and the group is thinning out. There's 5 of us left. But I'm not getting help. If all 5 of us were riding, we could go win this freaking race. Too much fatigue. Not enough help. Alright, here we go. Last climb. Last climb of the day. Last cobbled section of the day. And we've made it through. Alright, so 30k, that's a long distance to cover with this much energy. There goes Scoins again.
There's a growing number of riders left behind.
Goujard and I working alone here. Actually, he's working alone at the moment. There we go, now I'm contributing. Okay, so Peloton has grown significantly. It's back out to 78 riders. They are only 53 seconds behind us, so they're coming pretty hard right now. And then Scoins has that 30-second gap. I'm riding solo right now. These guys are too tired. But I'm too tired to really ride alone here. I need Goujard. Fliegen and Kusen are just hanging on. 20k to go, and we've lost about 12, 13 seconds, and we're continuing to lose time here. This is not good. And meanwhile, Scoins is out to a minute. I should have been with him. Damn, these guys are not helping me. Sagan, Asgreen, this could be good. We've got an attack. Those 3 riders, if they can link up with us, I can catch on and join them. No, back into the peloton. You gotta be kidding me. I should be in this group.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line. Wow, that's one attack that's going to leave a good view in its wake.
Right, well, I've made it into this group, so now I like this much better. You know what? I don't need to be attacking this group. I need to just ride on with this group. So, Sagan, Asgreen, and Soren Krag Anderson. Damn, back into the peloton. Why, guys? Why? Well, back, the only one here. I cannot respond again. I do not have enough energy left to do so. Now we are just hanging on for a finish, but this is what I was talking about. If we're caught late, it's bad. And it is 8k to go, and I've got almost nothing left in the tank. 7k to go. Almost gel time. Okay, let's gel up. It's a bit of a fun race, but yeah. My energy is going to run out really fast here at the end because of how low it is. Alright, we're seeing the first attacks for the finish. 4k to go. Lampard, Krag Anderson, Asgreen, and I got 3k to go and I'm out of energy here. Oh, Moback.
The group is slowly thinning out due to such a frantic pace. And off he goes. He's giving it one last go.
Look who's going to win. Scoins is going to win this thing. Okay, sprint it out. I've got no energy.
The pack has just reeled in the escape group.
Oh, he's not going to win it. He is not going to win. Oh, he does. He wins it by millimeters. Oh, Scoins. Oh, man, I could have been with him. I could have been with him. Gaviria, Van Aert, Viviani, Kroenewegen, Zabar, Ackerman, Nassen. Sprinters won it. I don't even get top 20. I end up 32nd because I had nothing left. Oh, that was exciting. That was fun. Okay, I will get points for the breakaway. The breakaway that almost worked. You know, honestly, the reason why I didn't go with Scoins was because I didn't have a ton of energy left. But I thought for sure group cooperation, right? 4 stronger riders still left out of the original group. 4 stronger riders together would be stronger than Scoins by himself. Now, Scoins, of course, had been sitting on most of that time. So he definitely had more left in the tank and was a threat. And it would have been good to be with him. But he was just that little bit down the road that I was like, we'll catch him. We'll catch him. And then 2 of the guys just sat on. So Gugard tried, was definitely trying, but he was beat. I could have ridden faster. I probably had enough to chase him down. Solo, but I would have had nothing left by the time I caught him. And we would have still had, 20 kilometers to go. So I figured 4 is better than 1. 4 is better than 1. In this case, it wasn't. Close. Not close enough. Still comes down to a good race. I mean, I'm competing against some of the best in the world and hanging in there with very mediocre attributes. I've stated this before, but imagine what I'll be able to do when I get to mid-70s with everything. Imagine what I can do when I get to low 70s with everything versus what I'm doing now. Scoins, man, awesome job. Hangs on by well under a second. I mean, Gaviria was flying. Couldn't beat him. Alright, well, hey, I get a big bonus for the breakaway in World Tour races. So there you go. We get the long distance, so we get the max points out of that. That adds up to 140 additional bonus XP in just our second ever World Tour race. We get the excellent evaluation, which adds up to a total of 5 points. All that work. But it was way more exciting to be in the break than just sitting in the pack. Though I definitely would have finished much higher if I was sitting in the pack. That is, if I hadn't crashed out of the race, because back in the pack, that was happening a lot. Fitness Peak certainly paid off today. We've got another World Tour race coming up doors, Vlaanderen. I'm excited that we get to continue on with this. So we'll see how we do next time out. That does it for this one, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. 13th in the Continental rankings. 16th in the Super Prestige. Not too shabby for this. For this, right? For this. For, you know, somebody making 5,500. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. I mean, look who I'm next to. Either way. Couple spots either way. Yeah. I'll take it. See you next time. Bye for now.